Guantanamo, and you say you want to shut it down. You said you're still going to shut it down.
It is more difficult than I think a lot of people realize. We are going to get it done, but doing it in a way that doesn't result in releasing people who are intent on blowing us up.
So not necessarily first 100 days.
That is a challenge. I think it's going to take some time, but I don't want to be ambiguous about this. We are going to close Guantanamo, and we are going to make sure that the procedures we set up are ones that abide by our Constitution. It has to be part of our broader national security strategy, because we will send a message to the world that we are serious about our values.
My presidency was defined by the attack on the country, and therefore used the powers inherent in the Constitution to defend this country. I have, at times, used those powers in ways that people had not anticipated. Within the law,
enhanced interrogation techniques, as some call them, torture as others call them.
The techniques were necessary and are necessary. I'm in the Oval Office, and I am told that we have captured Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. So I asked what tools are available for us to find information from him, and they gave me a list of tools, and I said, are these tools deemed to be legal? So we got legal opinions before any decision was made. We were doing it within the law. Look, I understand why people can get carried away on this issue, but generally they don't know the facts.
Before you start to implement your campaign rhetoric, you need to sit down and find out precisely what it is we did and how we did it, because it is going to be vital to keeping the nation safe and secure.
I think that was pretty good advice. I should know what's going on before we make judgments. If Vice President Cheney were here, he and I would have some significant disagreements on some things that we know happened. Vice President Cheney, I think, continues to defend what he calls extraordinary measures.
Waterboarding.
We did use waterboarding. That was essential in terms of defending our country against further attacks. This is not torture. We don't do torture. I have no reason to believe anybody out at the agency violated any tenet of the obligations and responsibilities we have in terms of statutes or our treaty obligations.
From my view, waterboarding is torture. Under my administration, we will not torture.
I firmly reject the word torture.
I understand that.
Everything this administration did was had a legal basis to it. Otherwise, we would not have done it.
So no more special CIA program.
I'm not going to lay out a particular program, because, again, I thought that Dick Cheney's advice was good. Let's make sure we know everything that's being done.
Will you appoint a special prosecutor, ideally Patrick Fitzgerald, to independently investigate the gravest crimes of the Bush administration?
I don't believe that anybody is above the law. I also have a belief that we need to look forward as opposed to looking backwards.
So no 9/11 commission with independent subpoena power?
We have not made final decisions, but my instinct is for us to focus on how do we make sure that moving forward we are doing the right thing.
Why haven't you been able to capture or kill bin Laden?
Well, we've got a few days left yet.
Something happened and we should know about?
Well, no. A much bigger problem, a much more important problem is keeping the country safe. We've done that now for 7.5 years.
There has been no terrorist act in this country since 9/11.
That's a great achievement, and I think that's more important than getting any one individual man.
He's been tested unlike any other president with this 9/11. So he passed the test.
Now, 11 years later, it's time to move on. I've loved every single minute of Late Edition. I'm very proud of what we did. I was blessed with a really great team. And so for the last time, that's your Late Edition for this Sunday, January 11th.